How long do you know Liz? We'll start there. How long do you know her?
About 4, going on to 5, 5-ish. 5.
5 years.
Yeah.
Best friend. What'd you guys do together?
You know, talk shit most of the time to each other, but that's how we got along. We got close because of makeup.
That's where it all started?
Yes. I used to think she was a cocky little bitch when I seen her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I complimented her on her makeup because she had skills. So that's how we initially started, you know, talking to each other. Went on from there.
I mean, how about for people that don't know? You guys work together?
Yeah, we
this
worked
whole time?
together, and we just started like a friendship. We got along pretty well. I mean, we're two different people. She liked different stuff than I did, but somehow we just like clicked and understood each other very well. Like I told you before, it was a friendship that, you know, it wasn't, you know, we never hated on each other. We supported each other.
When Liz went into the hospital, what was going on in your head?
To me, it just felt like, fuck, is this really happening, or am I tripping out? Is this a dream? Didn't want to accept the fact that this really had just happened to us. You know, you hear about it happening to other people and you're like, oh shit, damn, that's fucked up, you know? But when it happens to you or someone close to you, you're just, did this just really just happen to us?
She was in the hospital for 7 days. How were those 7 days for you?
Bad. I kept on going. I missed work on my morning job because, you know, I wanted to be there for her, you know, show her support, and that, you know, I was there for her. I try not to like lose myself in all this because I knew that I needed to stay strong for her, to show her, you know, we're gonna get through this. You know, I was thinking as it's gonna be a long recovery, but we're gonna get through it. You know, it's like you're having a bad day, tomorrow's a better day, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what we're used to.
Mm-hmm.
Getting bad news, and I suppose in relatively short time things get better. Just because we've never been through something this crazy before, right?
Yeah.
How about that 7th day, huh? 21 hours we were there?
Yes.
How did you feel when they specifically said she's gone, like there's no hope?
I didn't want to accept it, you know. Deep down, I was hoping that they're going to come back to us and be like, hey, you know, she's improving. She's going to make it.
How long after she passed did you finally accept the reality? Or have you?
I mean, at times I'm like, oh, okay, I do accept it. But then there's times where I'm just like, I don't accept it. Like, I can't believe she's not here anymore.
What happens when you do accept it? Like, what's the downfall?
I just get like so broken inside.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when someone says something really mean to you that hurts your feelings, and you feel like that pain in your chest that just like eats you up. That's how I start feeling.
How often do you think about her?
Every day.
Every second,
morning. Every morning. When I wake up, when I go to sleep, when I go out with different people, you know, I think of her every day.
What's been keeping you going from not ruining your life?
Because I know that she would have told me, like, bitch, get your ass up and keep on pushing, because I know she wouldn't want to see me depressed, you know, sad. She'd just probably turn around and tell me, knock it the fuck off already and keep on pushing already.
How do you feel when people say that stuff to you? Oh, Liz feels this way about you. Liz would want you to... How do you take those?
Like, I don't know, like, a lot of people tell me, like, oh, you were a good friend to her, you know, but sometimes I just felt like probably I didn't do much, you know, but it's weird, like, hearing it from other people telling me, oh, you know, like, you were such a good friend to her, you know, or, like, I wish I had a friend like you. And sometimes, you know, like, I just sit there and think if there was more that I could have done for her.
I hear you. So what exactly are you talking about? What more could you have done?
Try to, like, go ahead and see if deep down, you know, like, she felt some sort of way about certain things that I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and probably would have had her, like, open up to me as a friend, you know, and let me know if there was something deep down, you know, that she felt. Me and her used to go out a lot, you know, and we used to drink, you know, to the max, but, you know, I always, like, took her under my wing and was like, oh, you know, I gotta take care of her, you know, I'll get her home safe, I'll make sure, you know, she don't drive. And just that day, knowing that I was not able to go ahead and protect her, it crushed me.
I mean, if you hear someone telling you, like if I told you, oh, it's not safe to think about regrets, and it's not healthy to think about regrets, because I have the same regrets. I mean, you hear it, so do you give in or you don't give in to regret when thinking about her and how the way things played out?
Yeah, I do.
Do you stop yourself or no? Or you get lost in it?
I mean, at times I do get lost, you know, and then I'll go ahead and talk to people, you know, and they're giving me their input, and then they tell me, you know, well, you shouldn't blame yourself. You were there for her, you know, and you always have been. But I feel like no one understands what I feel, you know, but sometimes I do go ahead and, like, think, you know, well, what much could have you done?
Mm-hmm.
It's like kind of like a back and forth thing. Like, I don't know how to explain myself.
If it helps, not even concerning this, but everything that has ever happened to us in our lives, it played out the way it was going to be. And no matter what moment in your life you choose to kind of regret or not, like, dude, that's just the way it played out. The fact of the matter is there was nothing to be changed. And everything happened. Not the way it was supposed to happen, but the way that it was going to happen. There really was no control. There's nothing we could have done to change it.
Yeah, but, you know, sometimes I just ask myself, what if that night I would have called her, invited her to what I was doing? Maybe she wouldn't have been in that situation.
Okay, so I accept that. Do you think you'll ever stop this cycle of thinking concerning regrets and what ifs? Do you think it'll ever end? Or do you think that you'll be cursed with this shit for the rest of your life?
No, I think, you know, as time passes, you know, I'm gonna heal from it. But as of now, like, those what ifs still play in my mind.
Good, so that we talk about healing, how far along do you think you've gotten on a scale of like 1 to 100%?
From a 1 to 10, I might say a 5. You know, I go back and forth. Yeah.
5. So what do you need to work on to get there? If there's much to be done.
I mean, I obviously don't want to forget her. Never will. But I shouldn't keep on moving backwards, but keep on moving forward. You know, ever since she passed away, I haven't stopped. Still going to work, you know, every day, not missing a day. You know, like, just keep on moving forward, because like I said, you know, I know she wouldn't want me to move backwards, you know, and fall into this big depression. I know I'm a strong person, you know, but as a human being, I have feelings, you know, and sometimes my feelings get the most out of me, but, you know, I just wipe my tears, look at myself and say, keep on pushing, girl, keep on pushing.
So is it more of her and what she would have wanted for you, or your own willpower? A little bit of both,
A little
but
bit of both.
do you think you could have done it without thinking about what she would have wanted?
Maybe not, you know. I always took her, you know, her advice, you know, and things like when it came down to work, relationship, you know, relationship with my family, my sisters, you know, and I'll talk out problems with her, you know, and I'll take in consideration her advice, you know, to whatever issues I was going through.
So what's up? She gave you some good advice?
I mean, we all know Liz. She was a hard, you know, a hard ass.
Mm-hmm.
So she told me that sometimes I could be a little bit too nice and just let people walk through me. Unlike her, that she'll just tell you straight up how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, nah, fuck you, you know, like, don't fuck with me like that. You get me? But me, it's like I tend to like give people chances, you know, and keep on letting them walk over till I'm just like, fuck, what the fuck, you know, like, why do I keep on letting you walk over me when I'm helping you out, but you seem not to get with the program? She gave me good advice. You know, mostly it was, you need to stop babying people, you know, and let them grow up.
What's the hardest part about her death to deal with? What ifs, moving forward, missing her. What's the hardest, the most difficult hurdle? Accepting what happened?
To me, it was accepting and missing her. You know, I miss her every day. I just feel like this emptiness in my life that I don't like the feeling of it, you know, and I want that feeling to go away.
Are you going to do anything differently with your life in light of this whole situation?
I mean, as it is, I feel different already.
Yep.
I feel like I'm not the same person. You know, and usually I'm the type of person that I talk to everyone, you know, like I don't have an issue with people, you know, and if we do have an issue, it's because of a reason. Usually I get along with everybody, you know, like it was always just me and Liz. I will always bring the third person into our group, you know, and because Liz was very private, very conservative, so she trusted me when I came and brought someone else new, and I would tell her, hey, you know, this person's pretty cool. She will observe them and be like, oh, okay. And then little by little, she'll just like start opening up like to them. But I feel like that part in me has changed, you know. Right now I feel like I kind of like closed that social life that I have with people. That's something that I want to work on changing, you know, because I do want to go back to like how I was, you know. I'm always a happy person. I'm never, you know, the sad or moody person, you know. I'm always a happy person, regardless if I had a bad day at home with problems I have, you know. I always try to look at the best of life. So like if my day just started shitty, you know, I'm gonna try to go ahead and make it the best out of it and not just have a shitty day all day. I mean, I would talk with people, but with people that I already knew.
Yeah.
Not open to opening new relationships and friendships with people. I mean, to me, I don't care what anybody thinks, you know, just as long as I know that in my heart, you know, I'm doing the right thing and I'm not forgetting her, you know. I could care less if someone were to be like, oh, well, that was your best friend. Why aren't you crying a river? Why aren't you depressed? You know, why do you want to see me, you know, fall, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because, you know, yeah, that was my best friend, you know, but it doesn't mean that because they died, you gotta die as well, you know?
2 lives lost is definitely worse than 1. for myself too. Yeah, she wouldn't want me to ruin my life. I wouldn't even wish that upon someone if I were to pass. So, but going back to what people would expect.
No one's gonna understand, you know? I mean, to me, it's like, I don't care. You know?
See, my problem is I didn't feel that way before, though. I learned this valuable lesson with all that happened this time. I used to say I don't care what other people think, but shit, I was nice too. Like, you said you're nice. And you said that people walk over you, like, same shit. I'll do whatever it takes to have a smooth interaction with anybody. But now, not so much now.
Yeah.
But I've learned that for sure, that I actually mean it this time. Yeah, you would be a sick person if you wanted to see me or you just completely break down for months, years, crying. I mean, it's gonna happen, but just on its own time, in its own way.
Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, I have my days where it's like, I'll wake up and it's like, I had a great day. You get me? And then there's days that I wake up and I think of her and then I get sad, and I cry, and I don't want to cry at work, which it has happened, and I ran to the restroom, and I cried it all out, wiped my tears, looked in the mirror and I said, get the fuck out there and make your money. Stop crying, get it together. And I mean, I have feelings and, there's going to be times where, I'm not going to feel great, and I'm going to break, but it's fine. I'm going to break and I'm going to go ahead and rise up and keep on pushing, like I said.
Well, how do you feel about the fact that people that say, when there's going to be bad days, it's going to be for the rest of your life? Are you okay with that? Because I'm not okay with that fact.
I mean, I feel like right now, this is so recent that it's going to hit you, at times like a wave. Like you told me, it's going to come and it's going to go. Come and go. And, and I think with time, it's not going to heal because I feel like it's just going to make me go ahead and learn how to deal with the pain that I have. Pretty much.
What is one of the most important qualities or like lessons that knowing her has taught you?
Everything, basically. To me, everything. She was a very hardworking person, and she taught me. I mean, she was young. She's younger than me, and she was very independent. So
saying that she was independent.
Yeah. For as long as I known her, she always took care of herself. She didn't like having help from people, or maybe she probably didn't she took it as oh, I don't want to owe people favors for, because there's people that help you out and then later on throw it to your face well, I was here for you and did this for you. And maybe that's why, she was very independent and wanted to take care of her own stuff. I really admired her for that, because, I'm only 28 years old, but it still scares me at the fact of the decision of, moving out of your parents' house, For example, I live with my sister. So, I still live with family. And I really admired her at the fact that, she stepped out of the sister's house, and did her own thing. And it was just oh shit, you know what I mean? She's really throwing on, her big girl panties on already, I admired her for not being scared of doing what she had to do and get shit done.
Liz was your best friend for 5 years. You guys worked together. You went out all the time. This close, yeah? She's taken away from you suddenly. If, in the future, unfortunately, or even now, if there's anyone out there in a similar situation, maybe advice, what would you say to those folks? If you had a message to share, if someone's going through a similar grief, what would you tell them?
Just don't fall into a depression, just to me it's like just keep on pushing, because we're still here, we're still living a life, and just because you're living your life, it don't mean that, oh, I'm gonna forget about you, because how I feel is I'm never gonna forget about her, she's always gonna hold a special place in my heart, but I'm still alive. I need to still keep on pushing and living my life, and just trying to become a better person overall. What I suggest, whoever is going through a similar situation, don't feel guilty for wanting to keep on living.
Yeah, there's a thin line between moving on and forgetting. Yeah, I'm gonna move on. I'm moving on starting last month. I've already started moving on. And I've moved on at 100 miles per hour. Have I made a few mistakes? Fuck yeah. But I just wish that people would understand that I'm not trying to forget.